This year Halloween fell on a weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys are trick-or-treating.
What's good, people? Welcome to the Uptown Horror Review Show. Today we are going to be reviewing His Pain by Raph James White. Now before we start this video, I'm going to ask you please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my motherfucking channel. Let's just get right into it. So in this book, we are following this kid by the name of Jason. Jason was born with a rare neurological disorder, and it makes it so that any type of stimulation to any one of his five senses causes him extreme, agonizing pain. You could lightly brush his arm, and to him, it'll feel like you taking a cheese grater to an open wound. You could just slightly whisper in his ear, and to him, it'll feel like you taking a fucking ice pick and you just jamming it in his ear. You get what I'm saying? Any type of stimulation to any one of his five senses, this kid can't eat food. It feels like he's eating hot coals. Even blinking his eyes causes him agonizing pain, Anything that you as a normal human being would do, it just causes him excruciating fucking unbearable pain. So his parents built him this little sensory deprivation tank in his room, and that is the only way that he's able to relieve himself of this constant anguish that he's constantly in. Nobody could touch him while he's in there. The tank is soundproof and shit, and as long as he's floating inside of this tank, he can't feel any pain. But being that this is the only way to relieve his pain, he has no choice but to just float in this tank for 24 hours a day, and that's just gonna be his entire life until the day that he dies, right? So Jason's mother is desperate to figure out a way to cure him, and she comes into contact with this guy who's like a monk, right? He's like, a couple of years ago, I was in this plane crash, and the plane crashed on the side of this mountain, and all of my bones were broken, all of my ribs were cracked, and I was able to meditate and just block out all of the pain as I waited for help to arrive. So I came up with this meditation technique that'll help you block out whatever pain that you feel. So now I travel the world, and it is my life's mission to help anyone who has chronic pain, right? So Jason's mother is begging this guy to help her son, and he's like, I really want to help your son, but he has the most severe case that I have ever seen in my life. So you have to give me complete and total control to do whatever the fuck I have to do. So this guy walks into Jason's room, and Jason is crawling out of his the fucking sensory deprivation tank, and the monk is looking at him, and he's like, all right, so I hear that you have this condition where you feel extreme pain, is that right? The monk fucking cocks his hand back, and he slaps Jason across the face as hard as he can. So Jason falls on the floor, he starts fucking convulsing and seizing up, and the monk is like, all right, you see that slap that I just gave you? That is real pain. Not all this stupid shit about, people can't even touch your arm, and fucking somebody whispering in your ear hurts you. That slap that I just gave you, that is what real fucking pain feels like. And get used to it, because you are going to get very familiar with that feeling. So over the next couple of weeks, this monk is working with Jason, and he's helping him meditate, and he's like, you have to go deep into your mind, and you have to learn how to accept this pain, man. The more you fight it, the more it's gonna hurt you. So you gotta learn how to love this pain. You gotta become best friends with this pain, because that is the only way that you are ever gonna overcome it, right? So after weeks of doing these meditation sessions, Jason has made amazing progress, man. He's actually able to walk around and talk to people now. He still feels the pain, but it's to the point now that it's just like a minor inconvenience to him. Like, he feels it, but it's just in the back of his mind, right? So the monk goes up to Jason, and he's like, me and you have made amazing progress, but I have one final assignment for you. For your entire life, all you've known is agonizing pain, but you have no idea what pleasure feels like. So yo, this dude brings a prostitute to Jason's house, and you know, the prostitute is doing her thing with Jason, and he is having his first ever sexual experience, and he's like, yo, this shit feels amazing. The mixture of pain and pleasure is the most incredible thing that I've ever felt in my life. I want everybody to feel this. So Jason stabs the prostitute in her neck, and he's like, yo, doesn't this feel amazing? The mixture of pain and pleasure, and yeah, it all comes together as one. So of course, the prostitute just drops dead on the floor, and then, yo, Jason fucking rapes and kills his own mother, man. I'm sorry for being graphic. He rapes and kills his own mother, and then he fucking runs out the front door, and he's like, yo, I want everybody to feel this. So this monk has unknowingly created a fucking monster, and yo, this kid has been unleashed into the world, and the story just unfolds from there, man. All I'm gonna say is, yo, Raph James White, you did it again, baby. It's like, yo, this dude just outdoes himself with every story that he writes, man. Every time I read a book by him, I'm like, yo, there is no way that he could possibly write something more vile and disturbing than the last shit I read. And he just outdoes himself every time, you feel me? So if you're the type of person that loves, you know, vile, graphic, disturbing, you know, stories, you got to read this book, man, because this shit was just off the chain. But if I had to give this book a score, I would have to give it an 8 out of 10. And that's my review, man. Fucking His Pain by Raph James White. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. And with that, I'm out. I hope you liked this video. I hope you leave a comment. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my motherfucking channel. I'm out.